with no further ado, and with great excitement, I want to open the floor to Arnaud Montré and Darag Paradisio. Arnaud, thank you for the support from the beginning of this initiative. So Arnaud Montré, really great to have you with us today. Arnaud Montré is the French consul in Boston, and he's going to give us a quick introduction about what the consulate does in Boston and his participation in this initiative. Thank you, Arnaud Montré. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Alistair. It's a real pleasure to be with you to kickstart this new round of exchanges between the Boston ecosystem and the Strasbourg ecosystem. Last year we celebrated the 60th anniversary of the Boston-Strasbourg Sister City Agreement. It's one of the most vibrant agreements, Sister City agreements, between a French city and a US city. And I think it's based on common features between these two great environments. Strasbourg is said to be in France a very hardworking city, a very beautiful city, and innovative. And I think the same goes for Boston. And so it's no surprise that you managed to create those strong links. So thank you to the two cities. I think it's wonderful what you're doing together. And thank you to Inuvo, who's doing a great job to foster those exchanges. This pandemic has badly hurt the human exchanges over the Atlantic, as we all know. It's been a challenge to continue those travels between Boston and France. That was really one of the keys of the development of the French ecosystem, innovation ecosystem here in Boston. So let's hope that the sanitary conditions will get better soon and that those travels can resume. Because before the pandemic, we had seen an ever-increasing level of interdependence with really the two ecosystems, and Strasbourg among them, really featured by ever-increasing exchanges. The French Treasury has made an assessment, an estimation of the level of investments, French investments in Boston, and came to the conclusion that France is probably ranked number 3 in terms of foreign companies investing in Massachusetts, creating more than 25,000 jobs and accounting for, roughly speaking, 13% of all FDI in Massachusetts. So you can see that this is a very strong dimension of our partnership. And the same goes about US investments in France. So thank you very much for all those entrepreneurs that are creating so much value on the two shores of the Atlantic. I think we have a great model with innovative companies creating branches in the US and commercial branches in the US with R&D capabilities in France and in the US, all working together to develop a strong company with great objectives. So thank you so much, Alistair. Again, the consulate is here to help any company that faces difficulties either in settling in Boston or traveling between France and the US. We try to help as much as possible and liaise with our US counterparts. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to today's exchanges.
Excellent. Thank you, Arnaud Montré, very much for this introduction. And also feel free, everybody, to ask questions, Q&A. We can pass them along to the different speakers. So thank you, Arnaud, for all the support. I know everyone is very excited to have you with us today. Thank you. So next, so the idea also quickly for all the participants, the speakers, it's going to be very dynamic. We're going to have a series of speakers. So next is Darag Paradisio, US Consul in Strasbourg. Very happy to have you, Darag, as well. Thank you for you can take the floor whenever you're ready as well.
All right. Well, good morning, Boston. Good afternoon to the friends in Strasbourg. We have a beautiful day here today, and it is fantastic to be here. And I can't wait until we can actually be in the same place physically again as well. Thank you to Alistair and Inuvo for the invitation to be here today. It's an honor to speak alongside so many distinguished panelists, including my counterpart in Boston. Hello, Arnaud. and the dynamic representatives of both ecosystems. It's great to see so many devoted friends of this long sister city relationship and the different connections we have between the two cities from all different organizations. Indeed, as Arnaud said, 60 years of a sister city relationship is remarkable in itself. And this particular relationship is extremely active, extremely dynamic, and extremely impressive. It's really a lot of fun to be part of it. The U.S. Consulate General in Strasbourg is thrilled to be able to support the We Care initiative again this year. We do indeed care. This is a very impressive initiative, and also the individual companies that have participated are amazing to see what they go on and do. So we look forward to that again. Entrepreneurship is a strong point of American culture and a mainstay of our economic landscape. It drives growth, job creation, and innovation. And certainly it has been a long and uncertain year for all of us. And we need brilliant, courageous risk takers like you entrepreneurs more than ever. Entrepreneurs challenge the status quo, push society forward, and inspire all of us to trust and invest in our ideas. And the themes for this year, healthcare, renewable energies, these are key themes where we need the best and the bravest thinkers from the US and France to be working together. These issues, along with all of the challenges that they encompass, from climate change to caring for the elderly, are not American issues or French issues. They are global, they are universal, and the Boston and Strasbourg ecosystems are mobilized and well-placed to lead in a global search for solutions that can benefit everyone. Indeed, as my French counterpart mentioned, the trade relationship between Eastern France in particular and the United States, particularly Massachusetts, is very, very strong. We have about 500 US companies in the Grand Est region right now. And it's been a strong exchange in trade and commerce. Many American companies have come here since the 1960s or even before. And even though we already have a strong presence, there is always room for more. And I think we're seeing a development and a shift from traditional industries to more technology and startup type industries. So the diversity of what people can do here and the benefits of being in this area of France are particularly strong. So as you move forward, please consider the US Consulate General in Strasbourg to be a part of your network and a resource. Two of our most important tasks are promoting US exports to the Grand Est and also promoting French investment in the US. And we very much look forward to seeing what you are up to, and we strive to support you in building the connections and building trade between these two cities. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Director Paradiso. This was fantastic. I'm already pumped hearing these two introductions. And what's important to understand also for entrepreneurs is the consulates have deep networks. So it's really great. And we've been experiencing it firsthand, where you can get access to a lot of different partners and different programs and grants and so on. So we really encourage you also to ask questions and, basically connect with these organizations.